The fear that keeps you awake at night isn't loud. It whispers. It shows up when the room is quiet and the prayers are finished. You lie there wondering, did I miss God? Did I take the wrong step? Did I wait too long or move too fast? And hear me clearly, that question doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Many believers carry this silent anxiety, afraid they somehow slipped outside God's will. You replay conversations, decisions, seasons. You measure yourself against others and feel behind. But Psalm 94:19 says, "When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy." God doesn't shame anxious hearts. He comforts them. This fear you feel is not proof of failure. It's evidence you care deeply about honoring God. And if you're worried you missed Him, it's because your heart is still listening for Him. That alone should tell you something important is unfolding. Stay with me, because what you're feeling might not be distant at all, but an invitation to see God differently before tonight ends and peace finally arrives. What if you didn't miss God at all? What if the moment you've been replaying, the decision you regret, the season you question, was never outside His hands? We often assume God only guides perfect people, flawless choices, spotless timing, but Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and He will make your paths straight." Not when you get everything right. When you trust. Here's the truth that brings relief. God's guidance is stronger than your mistakes, stronger than your confusion, stronger than your imperfect discernment. You are not leading God. He is leading you. You didn't wander off without Him noticing. You didn't outrun His grace or fall behind His plan. Divine truth replaces human assumption right here. God weaves direction through surrender, not perfection. Let that settle in your spirit. Because if this is true, then your story hasn't gone off course. It's been held, shaped, and gently guided toward purpose by loving hands. The Bible shows a pattern. God repeats again and again. Before He reveals, He hides. Psalm 27:5 says, "On the day of trouble, He will hide me in His shelter." Hiding, in Scripture, is not rejection. It is a refuge. Think about Moses. Exodus 2:2-3 tells us he was hidden in a basket, placed among the reeds, not because he was unwanted, but because he was dangerous to the enemy. Before deliverance could flow through him, protection had to surround him. David was hidden in fields before the throne. Esther was hidden in obscurity before influence. Even Jesus lived 30 quiet years before 3 visible ones. God has never rushed exposure. He has always prioritized preservation. If God hides His chosen ones, then your quiet season is not abandonment, it's alignment. It's safe. It's heaven saying, "Not yet, because you matter too much." What feels like being overlooked may actually be being covered. What feels like delay may be divine restraint. And if this pattern is true in Scripture, it might be true in your life right now. You are not forgotten. You are being kept by God Himself today now. God hides before He reveals, because exposure without preparation can damage what is precious. Isaiah 49:2 says, "He made my mouth like a sharp sword. He hid me in the shadow of His hand." Notice that. Sharpened, then hidden. God was working before the revelation. We often crave visibility, clarity, and answers now. But rushed exposure can break tender faith. A seed exposed too early dies. A blade forged too fast snaps. God is patient because purpose requires strength. In hidden seasons, God builds roots, not platforms. He shapes character before calling. He teaches obedience before influence. You may feel stalled, but heaven calls it training. Trust this, God is not withholding good from you. He's protecting what He placed inside you. If He revealed you too soon, the weight would crush you. So if you're hidden, it's not punishment. It's preparation, not delay, but design. Not silence, but shaping. And this is where identity begins to shift. Because the question is no longer, why am I unseen? But who am I becoming while God's hand still covers me? Right now, hidden doesn't mean stagnant. It feels quiet, yes. It feels slow, yes. But Colossians 3:3 says, your life is hidden with Christ in God. Hidden with Christ is not inactive. It's secure. While nothing seems to be changing on the outside, Everything is being shaped on the inside. Roots grow in darkness. Muscles strengthen under resistance. Faith deepens when applause is absent. Silence is not God stepping away. It's God working close. You may not see progress, but God sees progress. He's healing wounds you never talked about. He's unlearning patterns that once trapped you. He's rewiring your discernment, your patience, your trust. Formation happens where no one is clapping, and that's why this season feels lonely. God is doing his deepest work beyond public view. So don't confuse quiet with failure. You are not stuck. You are strengthening. You are not wasting time. You are being established, rooted, and made ready for what requires depth. Not noise, alone yet. The hidden season has enemies, and they don't always look spiritual. Comparison is one. You scroll, you watch others move forward, and impatience whispers that you're late. Self-blame follows, telling you it's your fault. But Galatians 1:10 asks, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Heaven's timing never competes with human timings. Comparison pulls you out of covering. Impatience pushes you out of the process. Self-blame erodes trust. None of these come from God. They distract you from what he's quietly doing. Emergency rushing ahead can expose you before you're ready. Staying hidden keeps you protected. God is not asking you to keep up. He's asking you to stay close. Release the pressure to explain your pace. Release the need to justify your season. Because what God is forming in you cannot be rushed, compared, or condemned. It must be protected there. Who you really are while you're hidden is not forgotten, not overlooked, not behind. Isaiah 45:3 says God gives treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places. That means value exists where others can't see it. While you're hidden, you are chosen. You are trusted with depth before visibility. God doesn't hide what is useless. He hides what is precious. A jeweler locks away diamonds, not stones. And right now, heaven is guarding you. You are a daughter of the King being shaped, not shelved. A son being refined, not replaced. God is building integrity, discernment, and strength that won't collapse when the spotlight comes. So don't label yourself forgotten. You are concealed on purpose. You are covered, not cursed. You are becoming who your future assignment requires. Let this settle in your spirit. Your identity is not waiting to begin later. It is secure right now, and what God calls you today is exactly who you are, even before anyone else sees it fully, with peace and confidence. When God reveals you, clarity will replace confusion. Habakkuk 2:3 says, the vision waits for the appointed time. It will not delay. One day, what feels heavy now will make sense. You'll see why doors stayed closed, why silence lasted, why you were hidden. Peace will meet understanding. Until then, rest. Trust doesn't mean you stop hoping. It means you stop striving. God knows when you're ready, and he knows when the world is ready for what he placed in you. The reveal will come. Not rushed, not late. Right on time. And when it does, you'll thank God for every moment he kept you close, safe, and unseen there. If this message spoke to you, you're not alone. Type "I trust God's timing" in the comments as your declaration. Stay connected by subscribing for encouragement like this. Share it with someone who needs peace tonight. Let's walk this hidden season together, trusting God completely and resting in his love.